Hey everyone, this is Park Avenue and I'm back with another video. So today we're actually covering one of my favorite styles of wine, which is sparkling wines. And I found some really great ones, as always, because that's what I do. But yeah, so today we're gonna go into the wines, but also I'm gonna show you how to open it properly, but also the correct glass to sip them in. So the first one we have here is called the Brut Prosecco. I'll bring it closer to you so you can see. First I want to say that this is not champagne. Why is it not champagne? Because to be champagne, for one, it has to be from Champagne, France. But also, two, true champagne is made in a particular way. It's actually aged on the yeast for at least 12 months. So back to Prosecco. Prosecco is not aged for that length of time, but also too, it's not from Champagne, France. This is actually from Italy. Prosecco is actually a zone in the Veneto region of Italy. Now, Prosecco also is the original name of the grape that this wine is made out of. The actual new name now is called Glera. Now, Prosecco / Glera is a white grape. It's pretty neutral in aromas, which is perfect for sparkling wine making. And that's because aromatic grapes mixed with carbonation is not the greatest mixture. There are exceptions, however. Okay, so Brut Prosecco. Now, Prosecco actually comes in different sugar levels or classifications. For example, they have Brut, extra dry, and dry. Brut is the driest level, which you'll perceive like very like nothing, no sugar. Then you have extra dry, which is like a little touch. And actually, some people probably can't even tell the difference between that and the Brut. And then you have dry, which is the sweetest level, which makes no sense. Dry, sweet, yeah. But anyway, that's Italy. This Brut Prosecco though is really good. It's $15. It's an extra dry, so it has a little bit of sweetness. And the notes that you get are green apple, you get some white flowers, and you also get some white peach. So to me, this is more like, I would think that this is more of underripe grapes. Because in the scale of things, the Glera can have, less riper notes to like more of your ripe peach or stone fruits. What does that say to me? I think overall this is a great Prosecco to sip on. If you're gonna make mimosas, I think this one would be great for if you wanted to retain like the citrus notes of orange juice. If you wanted to make a Prosecco with more fruitiness, then this is not the one for you. This would probably be more for me because I like to drink things by itself. I'm not really like a mixed drink person. So if I'm having mimosa, I think this would be great for me. And I probably wouldn't have too much orange juice in there. But yeah, this Brut, I was just pleased to find this because for $15 and the fine bubbles that you get from there is just, it's not common. So I think this is very well made, especially for the price. I like the fact that it's not too fruity either. To me, okay, you don't get much aromatics, but as far as on the palate, you get a little more flavor. So yeah, good stuff. Next we have the Cremant du Jura from Valerie Tissot. Oh man, my lighting is bad. So what does this mean? Cremant du Jura. So in France, sparkling wines, other than champagne, you know, they came up with this term called Cremant. And you have Cremants from different regions. So they tend to label it like that. So this is a Cremant from the Jura region. And Jura is actually more northern France, like between, if you know geography, is between Burgundy and Switzerland. You know, very, very cool area. Perfect for grown grapes to be made for sparkling wine purposes. This one has been a while since I've had it. So I'm actually going to show you how to open a sparkling wine bottle, but also, you know, give you, I guess, the notes from it. Alrighty, let's see. So this is called a cage, this wire thing. And what it does is it protects, you know, the cork. Well, there's a lot of pressure in this bottle. And as a source of extra protection, you know, they put this over the cork. So just in case, you know, if the cork is feeling a certain type of way, it can't just go anywhere. Like, it just keeps it in place. So you want to take the cage off. Oops. And then what you want to do is you want to hold the bottle at 45 degrees, which is like a little tilt. This is 90, this is about 45. Let me get a little closer. Now, so yeah, you want to point it away and don't point it at anyone, no matter how mad you are at them. And so you want to take one hand and hold the cork with that hand, and then the other one you want to secure the bottle. And what you want to do is you want to hold the cork but turn the bottle. I'm going to say it again. You want to hold the cork but turn the bottle. And what you want to do is you want to control the hand that's holding the cork, because there's so much pressure where the cork would just, like, you know, fly. And it'll be like a bullet, you know, coming out of a gun, sort of thing. So secure it. Let me do it like this. Turn the bottle. And you want to hear that sound. That's perfect right there. All that with the cork flying and the wine coming out, that's just baloney. That's visuals or what have you, but not the proper way. So after you do that, you want to take your glass and you want to tilt it. And you pour. Now, you don't want to over pour wine in a glass, because for the people who really are into enjoying wine, if you fill it too high, the wine is going to spill all over the place once you know, twirl it. So the ideal level is right at the bowl level, no higher. Alrighty, so let me see what's going on with this wine, because it's been a while. Well, first I get the yeast notes. Let me get this bottle. Cremants. Okay. In France, they have rules, like I mentioned in my last video. For Cremants, they have to be aged on the yeast for at least 12 months. So you're gonna get a lot of yeasty notes. And what I mean by yeast is if you smell like freshly baked bread, like that bready smell or what have you, that comes from the yeast. Okay, you also get some red fruits from that, like red cherry. There's always lemon in white wines. Always, always. A lot of red and yeast. I get some red apple. And pear too. So this Cremant is actually made with 100% Chardonnay. So all the notes that I mentioned actually are right on. I mean, with Chardonnay you get apple and pear. That's Chardonnay. And then the bonus of this is all that yeast. So it kind of reminds you of true champagne. And at $25, I think this is excellent. If you're going to get something that's, you know, most like champagne, I think this Cremant de Jura would be perfect. If you don't know, champagne starts at, you know, $30 and up. But I think at $25, I think this is a great substitution for that. You get the same notes on the palate. Good stuff. Let me close this up. So, with sparkling wines, they have their own closures. Well, once you take the mushroom cork out, you can't put it back in because it expands. So you're going to need the proper closure if you're not going to consume it right away. But also if you want to retain the bubbles a little longer. So I actually have the most proper one. Oh man. It's actually called a champagne stopper. This is what it looks like. It costs about $5-6 in the store. But yeah, this is specifically for sparkling wine bottles because they're not the same as your regular white and red wine bottles. For one, red and white wines don't have that, you know, effervescence or pressure. So you need the proper, you know, stopper for that, because if you use like a regular cork, it'll just pop out. Yeah, so if you don't have this, then I found that these work pretty well. These cost about $2 in the store. But I highly suggest getting a champagne stopper. This will save your life, and, you know, you're gonna need it. So these pretty much fit. Better fit this one. Yeah. Man. Almost in there, but, you know, it's better than nothing. So that's the Cremant de Jura. Now, the last but not least wine that we have is actually a true champagne. And I won't take it out the box. I'll just show you the one I have that's already open. Now, this is super, super special. This is the Apollonis Cuvée Authentic Meunier. And the producer is Michel Loriot. Now, so this is a true champagne because it comes from Champagne and they follow the rules for making the champagne. Champagne, in the Champagne region, the top 3 grapes to make a champagne are Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Pinot Meunier. Those are the top 3. There are like a few others, but those are the main 3. Now, this one is special because in Champagne, well, this one is made with 100% Pinot Meunier, which is unusual, but also it's unique, you know. Pinot Meunier tends to add a lot of red fruits to the blend. So this wine is actually just all about Pinot Meunier. So you get lots of red fruits You get some floral, and of course you get a lot of yeast in this because this is aged at least 12 months on the yeast. Michel L'Oreal. So Michel's actually into music. He loves, he's a musician, and he found a way to merge his love for music and wine. So what he did was, there's this, how would you say? There's this term called Genodique, Gnodique. I'm not sure how to really pronounce that, but that's actually the study of musical tones on, I guess, plants. And what happens is, the study proved that certain frequencies or notes actually kill harmful bacteria and viruses. So Michel actually uses that with his wine growing, but also winemaking. So in the vineyard, he has Mozart and stuff playing in the background, but also in the cellar during fermentation and aging, he plays music as well. But it's a beautiful, beautiful wine. It's very unique. It's only $39. I think is fantastic, especially for the price. It comes in a nice box, so I think it'll be a great gift for people. In my opinion, I think it's a champagne for drinking now. For the most part, well, yes, it's a champagne for drinking now. I don't think it's something that you should be, holding on to for like decades. It has the acidity that it needs, but I feel like it needs a little more fruits in there for the long haul. Yeah, I just don't think it'll be, a better wine, in the long term. I think is for now, and to me the price makes sense for it. It's a non-vintage, so it's actually a blend of Pinot Meunier from different years. With champagne, you tend to have you have vintage, you have non-vintage. So this is non-vintage from several years, and they blend it all together and create this beautiful wine. Yeah, so that's that. And I guess we can go into, the proper wine glass to use. So if you notice that I brought out this one, which is not common. This is actually a universal wine glass, and the wine glass actually really matters. So if you think about it, part of tasting is smelling. Sorry, actually a huge part of tasting is smelling. And to prove that is, if you were to, hold your nose and try to taste, you can't taste nothing. So, getting back to this, with wine, in order to release the aromas, it has to be, exposed to as much oxygen as it can. So having a glass like this versus this makes a difference. You get more area for oxygen versus this one. But also it's important, to have that, nice big bowl, and for it to get narrower towards the top. And that helps to concentrate the aromas at the top. But yeah, you're able to pick up on all the different aromas, and that adds to the experience and taste as well. But also if you so this wine glass here is actually more for conserving the bubbles, because oxygen does get rid of the bubbles quicker. So this is just good for for visual. But also, if you're making mimosas where, the aromas don't really make a, difference because you're masking the wine anyway. It'll be perfect for that. And just for sparkling wines that just aren't so aromatic anyway, you can use this one for that. But yeah, if you're gonna have champagne or, you know, more aromatic sparkling wines, use this one. You know, you're able to pick up on everything. Yeah, so that concludes my video. And if you have any more questions or if you want other recommendations, definitely feel free to comment. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do that, but also hit the notification. And that's it. Thank you for listening.